So yeah, a Gorilla Black Grill. Uh, um, Obvious, stainless steel, Blackstone. Anyways, then yesterday was finally a day I went back to singing. Last week, uh, things happened and I didn't have singing all week. I felt so deprived last week. I was like upset last week that I didn't have anything. And usually, sometimes I'm used to not having one, but like I'm used to having the other, or at the least I'm like used to having like one at the least, two at the most, or three at the most, whatever. But like not having all three all in one week, oh, forget it. I was upset. Plus, like, I was in pain, too, because my back hurt so bad. It was not a good weekend for me, to say the least. And then, like, even though band was canceled Saturday, my instructor was like, if I can get into the studio, like, on, like, early-ish, do you want to come in to make up your solo lessons? I'm like, why did you cancel band? Well, actually, canceled band for two other reasons, but nevertheless, I had a chance to make it up, and I said, yeah, sure, whatever, that would be awesome. Even though my back hurt, I was gonna go, but plans changed and things just timing wasn't right, I guess. So Thursday I finally got to go back to the studio. I was so happy. I felt so weird being there. I don't know why. It's not like the first time I was there or anything, but whatever. So that was kind of fun. We had pizza yesterday over for like lunch, which doesn't really happen all the time. But yeah, we had some pizza yesterday, even though I was getting it for dinner, but my voice coach didn't know that. But you know what? Pizza's healthy. You get everything in pizza, depending on what your toppings are. Sorry guys. Also, today, I have voice, and then I have, what else? I have voice, then I have, we are supposed to go over to my mom's friend's house for dinner, but I don't know if that's happening because my mom is sick. So I don't know if we're going to go over or not. I mean, that would be really enjoyable, but if we don't, it's like whatever. You know, me and my family, all of us were invited, so we might not. I don't know, it depends. Either way, I'm gonna have something for dinner. I have leftover pizza from last night. I got this like huge party pizza that like usually my dad like ends up like stealing my pizza, so I get like a party pizza for myself so he can have some if he wants to, because a party pizza is huge, guys. It's like this big. It's big. So yeah, I got a party pizza, so in case my dad does steal some, I still have enough for myself. So yeah, we might go over my mom's house friends for dinner or not. This year it really doesn't really matter how many times or how many times we don't, because usually they go back to Florida for the summer. I mean for the fall and winter, but they're not. They're staying down here in Massachusetts for the whole duration. For a few years before my mom's friend's husband retires and they move to like Georgia or something. So that's going to be really exciting because that means Zoe and her boyfriend will be in the same state. Woo! If you guys go way back on my channel and watch your introduction to Zoe, that's not what it's called, but Zoe the dog video, you'll hear the explanation. Basically, Zoe lives here in Massachusetts. Her boyfriend Dexter lives in Florida. Now they're going to live in the same state, okay? Basically. But the thing is, Zoe and Brady have hair and hair fur that can kind of keep them warm. And they're both kind of like long. But my mom's friend's dogs have short hair, so we're gonna have to get coats for them. Just they have very short fur and hair, and they're more used to the warmness. And the cat's an inside cat. The bird is an inside bird, obviously. And the other cat is like, I don't know what kind of cat that's gonna be because they're giving it to a friend. Anyway, so yeah, we might go over to dinner tonight, or we're not. I'm not entirely sure. It's like whatever. I don't really care. I wanted to do something tonight, but it's whatever. And then tomorrow, on lovely Saturday, I have band. As I told you, we're preparing for the concert, and like, you know, I don't think we can really cancel right now because when we have a month left, it's mainly, for most bands, it's like polishing, but like my band is consisted of older people. I'm by far, I'm the youngest in the band. Like, okay, we have someone who's younger, but he's not an official band member. So when we don't have him, I'm the youngest. If we do have him, he's the youngest, but still, he's a guy, and I'm the only girl. And it's mostly older guys who are struggling. So, you know, we're supposed to be mostly really polishing, but we might have one more week of just having to practice it a bit more, and then we'll polish for the last 3 weeks, but the last 4 weeks my coach usually likes to save for polishing. I'm mostly good. I mostly know all the lyrics. Yeah. I'm gonna just review every song today just to make sure I have the lyrics fresh in my brain. I think I just have to kind of think of the first line, and then usually I can go. Let's see, troubles I've had with songs. For the Go-Go song, I had to learn the lyrics to the Go-Go version, because there is a version by Hillary Haley that I grew up with, that I know, and the lyrics are a little different in the second verse. So I had to learn the Go-Go version, where I was totally used to the Hillary Haley Duff version, but it's okay. It didn't really take me that long. I learned pretty quick. And then with Don't Stand So Close to Me, the chorus is a little hard. Plus we gotta change the whole key of the song because Sting, he can get pretty high up in his register of voice, and I cannot get that high up, which is pretty weird for a girl, but what can you do? So I had trouble kind of not try, like when I had to practice with a track on YouTube, it goes into Sting's register, so that's kind of hard. I do have a CD, but I don't have a CD player, so that's kind of hard to like figure out. What else? What else do I want to say? I don't know. Okay, and then with Blink-182, I didn't really have any problems with that, because one, we were planning to do it last year, but we cut it out last minute, and we're going to do it this year. I used to have trouble knowing when I would come in back into the song after they do that bridge thing with like the drumming thing with the bridge, but now I'm pretty much used to it because I've learned how to do it this time, so props to me. And I pretty much relearned the lyrics pretty quickly. You know, after you go away for a year, it's always good to practice it again, and it's always good to practice songs again and again, even though you already sang it, just in case you have it in your head, for any what reason. You know, sometimes I forget, and sometimes I don't forget. It depends on like how many times it remembers of how fresh it is in my head. Like we did Man Eater and Wild Thing last year, I don't even remember half the lyrics to Wild Thing. The only thing I remember is Wild Thing, and that's about it. Alright, so those are updates on my week and my life. Peace out, guys. Bye.